tonight, WinDailySports.com, all sponsored by the Sharp app. Go to sharp.app and check out the Sharp app. You can go to any of your app stores as well, whether that be Google Play, the Apple Store, whatever that might be. Go check it out on your local app store. Also, WinDailySports.com. Go subscribe now. We do have a new promo going on, Double Up, and you can get buy one, get 1 month free over here at WinDailySports.com. So a good way, if you're in the middle of the season, looking to find ways to get involved in DFS and trying to win some money, the buy one, get one's a great offer for that. So go check that out. Double Up is the coupon code for that. And we'll have that link as well on our social media accounts at Daily Sports. My name is Jon Jansen. Follow me at JJansen34. And also joining me is Stoweby at STOWEBY on Twitter. Stoweby, we got a stinker tonight. We got a stinky. This is a full dirty diaper of football that we're about to watch.
It's gonna be gross. You know, I kind of jinxed us to last Thursday. I don't think we're getting that this Thursday.
I know, right? Like this is twice in a row we're saying like Thursday game gonna be a little stinky. No, this look, last week was kind of out of nowhere. This one should be bad though. I mean, Davis Mills is the starting quarterback. Davis Mills can't be good. Is it all right? We'll get into it right away. Is Christian McCaffrey the only guy we can use
on FanDuel? I don't see a way you can avoid it because of the price. Like as far as that price bump that you don't get, you can make a case for like a Sam Darnold or even a Brandon Cooks or a Panthers defense as a captain for Draftkings. But I think in FanDuel, the way that you're just gonna have to lock in McCaffrey and then figure it out and get weird in other spots because he's gonna be like 90+% owned as the captain over on FanDuel. It's just gonna be silly.
Davis Mills is a captain. How dumb is that?
I am not doing it.
If it's dumb, it's dumb. Yeah, it's just, I guess the question is, like, how do we use Davis Mills, rookie quarterback, only have limited action in that Cleveland game? You know, what do we do with him? Is he a guy we even need to get in our lineup? Should get into it? Should we captain just to be that much different? Because I imagine he's not going to be rostered. Just how are we going to utilize Davis Mills?
I mean, if you're following kind of our methods where you're doing like 10 lineups, if you want to put him in one, I really don't think he's going to do a whole lot of anything, or at least nothing enough to warrant putting him in many of your lineups. The Panthers defense is, and I put a tweet out on it earlier today. I don't think Vegas and I don't think the general population has caught up to the fact that the Panthers have a really, really good defense this year.
They do.
It is better than what people think. That situation with the Saints and with Jameis, you know, it's Jameis being Jameis, but also the Panthers caused a lot of that disruption. They are much better than what people think they are.
Yeah, and look, they're right around 6,200, so, you know, it's a little bit pricey for a defense. So the one thing I think we do know out of this backfield is Mark Ingram's going to get the carries. When it comes to sort of everything else, there are some other guys that get involved. Philip Lindsay has gotten involved in the passing game a little bit. There are other guys. David Johnson will get involved. But Mark Ingram is a guy that strictly carries the ball. And you just saw what he did against the Panthers defense. You know, what is the way that Houston's going to score some points, right? Like, if they do, where is it coming from, I guess? And because they have a rookie, should we lean on Mark Ingram and the running backs like maybe Houston might have to do tonight?
I don't think you're going to get much out of Mark Ingram today. I mean, his prop is like, I want to say it's like 38 yards rushing. So it's not very good. The way that I think that you're going to be able to attack, honestly, I would try to use Houston as your value pieces because of the injuries.
Exactly.
There are a couple of guys that I'm looking at that have piqued my interest, and I think I'm going to load up on the studs on the Carolina side, and then I'm just going to go for garbage time value on the Houston side because I don't see them scoring a ton of points, and I see like the checkdowns to running backs maybe playing a larger role out of Houston's offense. Now, as far as Philip Lindsay goes, I don't know if many people have noticed it. There's kind of an impression that he is a passing down back because he's a smaller guy. But to be honest, he really doesn't have good hands. I've watched him over the last few years, but people tend to think that he is a passing down back. I don't think that he is. He's dropped open passes before. He looks kind of rough when he's running routes sometimes. If you're going to go for the passing down back, go for David Johnson and look at Rex Burkhead at bare minimum today. Because of there being so many wide receivers injured and because of the need for the checkdowns, they may opt to use Burkhead a good bit more. He didn't see a lot. It was like 18% of the snaps in the last game, and I think we're going to see that tick up some just because of the need. I could see him and David Johnson both getting on the field as running backs out of the backfield and just running little dump off routes and finding spots in the zones. And I think that could be an effective way to get some really cheap value.
Yeah, and so going into that cheap value too, because we're looking at guys here like Chris Conley and Anthony Miller.
Conley's another one. Yep.
Okay, I was about to ask, like, are there at least cheaper wide receivers that we can use? Because you're right, like Brandon Cooks is maybe going to get a lot of the targets, and he might get the most production, but it's just not worth it because they're not going to score much. You might as well get the big guys, the guns over there in Carolina. So you're going to need to maybe get a Chris Conley. Is Anthony Miller in play? Not Ian Thomas. Jordan Aikens, is he in play? Where are some of these guys we're going with?
Aikens is a little in play. Even somebody like Pharaoh Cooper is a little in play. Like Conley, I liked. He saw something like 90% of the snaps last week when the wide receiver situation thinned out. So he's, for 1,600 if I was looking at it correctly earlier or something. He's very, very affordable. He's somebody that I'm going to focus a lot of my attention at for a wide receiver. It's just simply because I'm going to want to put McCaffrey and Sam Darnold at that captain spot. So he'll be popular, but
as you're seeing here, we already have the same lineups that Jimmy, at least the one that I've just been kind of building, just to show you how the puzzle pieces sort of fit together here. This seems like this is going to be the chalky play.
What's going to be kind of funny. I wish I could show you. I'm going to see if I can show you my screen real quick. Let's see if it'll let me do it.
This is the chalky play, though, isn't it?
Hold on.
Is it the same exact lineup that you have?
It's the same exact lineup.
Unbelievable.
Yep. Same exact lineup. So
we all have this lineup.
And
so all three of us are winning bajillion dollars today.
Yep. And we did not have this conversation.
No, not at all. No. Not even Jimmy Wagner was put in the comments this lineup. No, this is total live organic. But now does that concern you a little bit, though, that this is kind of where we're all going? Is this going to be kind of where the chalk is?
I don't necessarily think it's going to be chalk. I don't think a lot of people are going to be on Rex Burkhead necessarily. Now, one way, if you want to change it up, switch up Darnold with McCaffrey, because I think the only way that this build ends up being like it is.
Would you even switch DJ Moore in there?
Yeah,
like just one or two lineups with that, just kind of switch those guys in the captain spot.
Yep, just switch up McCaffrey for Darnold or for Moore, and because if somebody's making a build like this, they're making it purely with the intent to fit Christian McCaffrey into that captain spot. They would not be making all of these kind of weird moves for somebody like a Rex Burkhead if you're going to have Sam Darnold in there, or if you're going to run a Brandon Cooks or something like that. You won't see a lot of that.
All right, so that's it. That's the winning lineup. We did it. That's it. WinDailySports.com.
Split it 3 ways. Let's do it.
All you need to do. 10 minutes. We put the winning lineup out there. That's it. No, we'll obviously break it more down here. We're breaking down the showdown for tonight between the Panthers and Texans. You're tuned in WinDailySports.com. Sign up. Use the promo code DoubleUp for a buy one, get 1 month free over at Win Daily Sports. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Win Daily Sports, as well. And also be sure to check out the Sharp app, because that is what is sponsoring this lovely program right now. Go to sharp.app and also download it on any of the app stores that you may have. So, should we be using Davis Mills? I'm going to ask that question one more time. Like, is that, I guess, where are we where would you get a little bit different here, or what are you trying to do to maybe be a little bit different than what this lineup is? Because this is, and I'll just keep it up here, this is consensus lineup from what we have been talking about. So what are some other plays that you think you can put in that's just not going to be in all of your lineups? Is Davis Mills one of those?
For FanDuel, yes, I think you're going to have to use them because you can't make use of the defenses over on FanDuel. And then your kickers, especially your Houston kickers, I think they're probably going to get a good bit of work on the Houston side of the ball. Oh, Joey Sly Revenge Game, shout out, Virginia Tech.
Stop it. Did you say revenge game for a kicker? Stop
I
it.
did.
Stop it.
Have you,
All right,
have you
stream
seen his
over.
biceps?
I
He's
can't.
huge. Oh my God.
Just can't.
No,
Did you ask me if I seen the biceps of a kicker?
Yep.
A kicker.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess Joey Sly, like, why not? Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, Sly's got a leg. That's also another, like, he's had some accuracy issues in the offseason. That's why he got cut from Carolina. But he can kick a 60-yard field goal. He's done it. He's done it before. Ever since he was back in college. Oh yeah. That's a gigantic.
Actually, look at that beard.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm back. I'm back in.
You can tell he's from Southwest Virginia. Just look at that.
Good Lord.
Oh man. Yeah.
What is that like? So we're talking kickers now. That's how ugly this thing is. So I guess the next question needs to be like, what are you avoiding? Like, how are you working around? Because let's not lie, we were able to come up with a lineup, and so we're being transparent. Like, there are plays here, but it's a crappy game, and it could be a downright ugly game. So what is sort of your do's and don'ts for a slate like this? Now, we thought Washington, New York was going to be bad, but this stinks and reeks even more than that one.
And this is bad for a different reason. We were kind of thinking that Washington's defense was going to be pretty
exactly.
good.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is a product of one team, and I know Houston has looked decent. And on the defensive side, they are okay. Lovie Smith came there and he implemented a 4-3, and it does look like it's improving. So don't get me wrong. There's aspects of the Texans that have gotten better, but the offense they have all these spare parts on that team. Now, I'm not going to stack this game as if it's going to be a shootout. That's one thing that I'm not going to do today. Another thing that I won't do is I won't play both of the kickers because I foresee this being Carolina scoring touchdowns and Houston maybe kicking field goals. So if we're going to run a kicker, I would like to get somebody like a Joey Sly, because chances are if that offense is playing that bad, if they get on the other side of the 50, they'll just let him try to kick a 60-yarder. He's got the leg for it.
And I guess, because we all enter multiple lineups when it comes to showdowns and DFS, is there going to be that one like safety net to where maybe load up on a little bit more of the Houston guys just in case? Because let's say like that Monday night game, we probably weren't on enough Detroit players because like we all thought it was just going to be Green Bay and wanted to load up on Green Bay guys. But then Detroit came out and scored a few touchdowns and ended up doing okay, at least for fantasy purposes in that game. So is there any safety net for you? Like, what would be a safety net kind of lineup that's different from your main ones, the ones that you really like, and that safety net that kind of like, all right, well, just in case it goes the other way here?
Obviously we would be using hold on, let me go ahead and get up here. We'd be Davis Mills, and then probably like a David Johnson and maybe a Jordan Aikens or something. The tight ends and the running backs as the safety valve, so that if they are able to score some points, I don't expect them to be pushing the ball deep downfield. It'll be a lot of passing work underneath, and it'll be the guys.
That way you could still get a few really good Panthers players in there as well if you do that. You could fit a DJ Moore and a Sam Darnold or Robbie Anderson, a CMC in a flex spot. Nice.
If you things like that, that's another way that you can mix it up just a touch. And the one thing that about Davis Mills is he's not a runner. So you don't really have to worry about him scrambling too much. I know he tore both of his ACLs in college, and that's the reason he wasn't.
I'm pretty sure he's a double knee brace guy in college.
He was a double knee brace guy. So you're not going to have to worry about him taking off and running past anybody. You know, he may scramble for his life a few times, but that's not part of his game.
No,
like we had to like we got to deal with Heineke. You know, Heineke can run. Yeah, he's not gonna. Davis Mills is not gonna be that guy.
Yeah, completely agree. So let's go to somewhat the betting side of things here. 8 points, 8.5. I think I saw it, and it's been at 8.5. Any side here you like? I'm not betting it at all. I'll be transparent. I'm not doing it at all. Because I'm just my principle of I'm not laying 8 with a Carolina team I don't think is really that good. But yes, I think the side you would have to go is Carolina.
Yeah,
Could be. I know they improved last year and they could improve this year, but I still think it's going to take time. And a lot of what we saw in the New Orleans game was New Orleans just completely crumbling and Jameis Winston going into bad habits. But this is a team that only beat the Jets by 5, and the Jets are a complete dumpster fire. So they could win by 8, and I think they're the side you would have to take. Why I'm not doing it is because the principle of laying points, especially 8, with Carolina on the road, just doesn't sit well with me.
That's fair. I don't blame you for that. I think Carolina handles this one pretty easily. Houston is unlikely to have enough firepower to keep up. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Darnold has looked great. He's another guy that has played way better since escaping from Adam Gaze's clutches. So, and then, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, Terrace Marshall, and CMC. I mean, that offensive side, it's just, I think they have a way too much as far as horsepower goes for a team like the Texans to be able to keep up.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Big T. T coming in strong, buddy. For all the money. Cook is captain for all the money.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. It's the only guy in Houston that has the potential of a big game. I don't mind it.
No, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if you did that. I mean, his captain ownership is going to be.
Hopefully, nothing hurts your feelings. I mean, I don't want to do that.
Well, I mean, if Theo said some, he could hurt my feelings. Theo's my guy. So no, if Cooks goes off, you're likely to get him at, 6%, 7% as a captain at best case. I mean, everybody's going to be trying to find ways to shoehorn McCaffrey into that captain spot. I wouldn't be shocked if you saw him north of 40% in captain, even on DraftKings and on Fanduel. Forget about it. If you run anybody other than McCaffrey, you're gonna have a different lineup, because people that are gonna max multi-entry, 150 lineups, they'll probably have 120 of them with McCaffrey as the captain, and then 30 lineups with a different mixture of guys in as captain as little one-offs.
So you know what? I'm not going to lie. I kind of like this as a different lineup, because you still get Darnold, McCaffrey, and they're going to be fine. But this might be saving you in a couple ways in which you get that Brandon Cooks big game and you have in your captain spot. But just in case, not saying that, DJ Moore's not going to do great. DJ Moore is, I think, starting to be the number one target there for Sam Darnold. But Robbie Anderson still in that first game scored a deep touchdown. Why not get Robbie Anderson in your lineup just in case that happens? So if you get Cooks, you would obviously be doing that and not be able to get more. It'd be extremely hard to get DJ Moore in your lineup if you're getting Brandon Cooks. So why not, in terms of if you think it might be the Robbie Anderson game, why not put Cooks in the captain and get Anderson and kind of play it that way? That's the way to be a little bit different and also still get a player that obviously has potential to put up points like Anderson does.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. And
Thank you. I'm good. Yeah. I'm all right. The best show on YouTube. Oh, big T.
Hey, look, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
WinDailySports.com. Yeah. Sharp.app.
Sharp.app. Thrive Fantasy. Speaking of that,
yes,
I am looking at Thrive Fantasy right now, and their main contest for tonight is only 278 of the 850 entries are full. There is huge overlay over there.
Yep.
Actually, I think I shared the link on the private side of our chat. Are you able to share that link in the chat for everybody?
Yeah, I should be able to.
If you have not signed up with Thrive yet, they are doing a promo where you get a free month of gold membership.
Boom.
With a deposit match And if you get in on this contest here tonight, I would be shocked if it got more than halfway full. So take advantage of it before while you can, because these overlays on these websites that are just starting to kind of grow in size, that overlay will not last forever.
No, it will not last forever. So I think that is a great promo and great place that you should be going to do it. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Theo, Big T, the man. Subscribe Win Daily Sports over on YouTube. Go to windailysports.com. Subscribe for a gold membership. And if you use the promo code Double Up, you can get a buy 1 month, get one free. And also go to sharp.app. This is all sponsored by the Sharp app, our friends over there at Sharp. And go to any of the app stores as well, and you'll be able to find Sharp. That is it for us. Good luck with some DFS plays. We'll be back tomorrow at noon. Jason Mizrahi and I at noon tomorrow, going to be breaking down all of the positions for the DFS slate for this Sunday. That is tomorrow, but that is it for us here at windailysports.com.